Welcome to Elton's Retirement Journey and Travel. So glad to have you here with me on this evening. We have gotten halfway through January of 2025. I'm smiling because I got a good feeling about this year. Everybody's reported in on how well they did, all of the big wigs that I subscribe to here on YouTube. So kudos to you guys. You really deserve it. And I'm glad I hung around with you and I'm one of your subscribers, and some of you have come over to my site. And I hope you've been enjoying the Retiring Club. That is something that I hope lasts for a real long time from a small investor who's out here doing it on his own. But anyway, today I'm pretty happy about this is because we're moving into the new year. A lot of us are going to be getting our taxes done. Hopefully you'll take a look at my video on the IRS free file and see if that's something that you might be able to use. If you're under about $84,000, has a questionnaire, steps you right through. If you have a simple return, um, you could probably use that and it does the state. So take a look at some of my videos that I have out there. But today, this evening, I want to talk about some traveling. So we're in the new year. you know, Here in Atlanta, we got that blast of snow last Friday, couldn't go anywhere. I did go out on Saturday afternoon, the roads were clear, and it's been a little cold. And right now, a lot of the major travel agencies are looking to get booked up. They've got people who are looking to be available to work. This is a really good income for a lot of the folks in these foreign countries. And today we're going to focus on G Adventures. But before I jump into that, let's just pull out a few things that you just might need for your preparations. You don't want that one. This is what an expired passport looks like. And this is a good passport. Open it up and expires on the 16th of 2031. So I'm ready to go. And I got plenty of pages. You always make sure, and you want to protect this. When you're out and about, you put this in your safe deposit box. For identification, just make some copies and cut it down. So you got to have your passport, number one. The next thing is I'm going to recommend is that you have what's called a world credit card. You might get in a country and they may need some transportation. This is a world credit card. This is a Visa by AAA. It's called a dollar plus, but all international transactions. There's no transaction fees. I've got another card in my wallet, and that is a Bank of America, Bank of America World travel card, and they give you points on that. Um, so you want to get those because you just never know if you get charged for services in a foreign country and you put on your credit card. It's not one of those cards. You have to pay a transaction fee, and it can be kind of significant. Um, depending on how much you spend, those charges are kind of hefty, like 1.5% of you know every $100 or something, and so it'll add up. So I would recommend you go ahead and get something like that. But the number one thing that you want to do, and this is what I did once I finished paying off all my credit cards and I had all that extra money, I decided where I wanted to go. And I started research. Originally, I wanted to go to Thailand. And with the royal family there and some people, they wanted more and they had some problems there that they had to put down. And so I wasn't going to go there. But my sister recommended ABC Club, which is no longer in business, but they had a tour out of what they call a gateway city. New York, could be Miami, or could be Los Angeles, that take you. You get there, and then the airfare, if you purchase airfare, is covered from that area into the city of destination in the country. And so I went to London, and that was great. And I also rode the Euro train to Paris, and did go. I threw on my tuxedo. I went to the Moulin Rouge, the Burlesque, the Firmus Burlesque there, and the Lido. And I rode around on their buses. It's really nice. I bought me a couple shirts there too, and that turned out pretty well. Got measured, and they're really nice shirts. But anyway, that tour was my first tour, and that was in 2010. But what I did was I saved up the cash first. I had not been traveling. I'd never been anywhere like that on a tour. So I'd saved up $3,000 and I split it. I went with about 1,500 in the British pounds, and then the rest was in the euros to go over and spend in Paris, France. So once I got the money out of the way, I was fine there. And what I did was I went ahead and booked the trip. I've already got the money, even if I'm not going, I got the money to pay for the trip as if it was a car note. And what I did was I went ahead, got a spreadsheet out, budget everything. There was a single surcharge. travel single by myself. I do not book a room with strangers. Everybody, you know, doesn't have good diversity skills and it may be a little odd. And I don't want to have to go through that. I'll just get my own room. I'll just budget it in. 300, 600, 800 is the most I've ever paid for a single surplus. But anyway, I went ahead and booked the trip. You put a down payment down on the trip, and they give you a certain amount of time to where you have to pay for it in full, and then they'll send you your documents. And I also booked my airfare. So I already got the money and then I got myself packed. Now, once I booked it on a credit card, I put it on a world credit card, got the points. Then after that, I transferred it to another credit card at 0% interest over an 18-month period. And I started paying that trip off like it was a car note, just send them $300 every month. And then after a year, the trip is paid off and I could just save up cash and do the exact same thing again. For about the first 5 years, that's how I traveled. Now I don't do that. I make a lot more money. I'm managing my money better. The trips are paid when I go, and I've been coming back with money. So that is the number one tip that I have for you if you're traveling. Get your money together. Don't pay for the trip and try and scrape together a few $100s because you can blow through that money very, very fast buying the things that you may like. You'll see something you like and you might buy it. And then you got the meals, and then you've got the excursion trips, and then you want to go places and you might need things. Always make sure you have more than enough cash. You can always pay that trip off later. So that is my tip. And this is John with Elton's Retirement Journey and Travel. And we're going to take a look at a trip that I got my eyes on. Okay. And I'll be right back with you. Thank you. Okay. So this is G Adventures. I've been on 4 of their tours. One more tour, I'll be a VIP and I think I get 5% off. And right now, they are looking to get themselves booked up starting this year for the tours that they have. So they're offering 25% off and they've got some deals. But what I'm going to do is just focus on where I'm interested in going. So I'm going to destinations. And this is how I typically would go. Antarctica. Go there and just start taking a look at the tours that they offer and how much they cost. Let's see if this will even pull it up. So you will be going traveling to Argentina, and you can take a tour Argentina, and then you can go ahead and take a look at some of the tours that they have here in Argentina. It's going to be a cruise now, and you can see some of the prices that they got here. This right here is a 21-day cruise. And I'm thinking that this might be something that I'm interested in right here. So we're going to focus on this one, take a look at it. So it's 81.59 per person. And this is where it's starting from and it's coming back to. And it gives you some information about the the trip. And it starts talking about the whole thing. It's got some videos. And what I'm looking to do is look at the itinerary. So let's just go do that. Normally, what I would do is just check the itinerary. And let's see if we can. Here we go. Full itinerary. And you can see how it leaves and it goes down, and there's a passage through here that it takes right through here. And it starts talking about the itinerary. It'll break out the whole day and everything. And I'm not going to read through, I'm just introducing you to this. Talks about all these excursion trips. So you start with that tour and you start adding stuff onto it. Now, if I do a check availability, we'll see what the options are. Now, I went through this before. It's going to leave it at one person. Primary travel fills me out. And here's one at February 8th. So let's just click that one. It's talking about it's on sale. You got one a little later on. It looks like it's about just shy of $500 cheaper, but you know, it's already cold here in Atlanta. I probably wouldn't do this a little bit later on. I'm not so sure about running down. I just want to go. So I'm going to click that and hit continue. And I'm going to hit continue. So what I found when I went through this is that they started talking about a twin bunking. So with me traveling by myself, I don't know who I'm going to be with. And you got all your belongings in there. Maybe they got a safe. You don't know who you're dealing with. And there was an option for your own room in here. But this might not be too bad if it does have your own room. But I'll research that a little bit later on. But this is just like one of the trips. So what I would do is get the total dollar amount on the tour, and we got that $8,639.20. When I originally did this, it started talking about the final arrangements, and then they said if you upgraded the room, it took that straight up to $15,000. But I had a room on the ship. It would have been my room with the shower and bed and everything, and I think maybe a little balcony. Um, but this is some of the trips that you can take. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to double back and then I'm going to see if we can go and take a look at some other destinations. So if we go and start taking a look at Asia, and then we can go to India. Now they start talking about a bunch of tours. Now some of them are designed for the younger folks. Um, this is your golden triangle. This is going to get you to the Taj Mahal. This is a good one right here. I don't know about all these. These might be a little rest stops that they're stopping in where you can do a little shopping and things. This one's on sale here, but you got to read into this because some of this is with hostel, um, the little where you share. Now, a lot of younger people go on those. All these little inexpensive ones. I want to go to Mumbai, so this might be the better one for me. Northern India, Riverside Safaris, Ancient Forest, and the Taj Mahal. Now that's coming in at $4,000 right there. So let's take a look at that. Comes in, here's you hit your itinerary. You look through here, you read through this, and you see if this is something you want to do. Now, you don't want to go there in May because it's just too freaking hot. You want to go in February, the first 3 months of the year, on most of these Asian tours and stuff like that. And as you can see, when we were looking in Antarctica, they didn't even have anything. You go in the dead of the winter, and that's about it. But this is how you can use G Adventures. And normally, what I would do is just read through everything, see if I like it, then I put it in a spreadsheet, and then I decide, do I have enough money to go? Maybe I can put it down and I need to save up a little bit more. Maybe I want to take one of these trips to Asia. Those trips to Asia, they're nice and they don't cost that much. You might want to, for some people, you may just want to, you know, do a sample trip, see how you like it. So I've done a lot of little trips and now I'm building up to the bigger ones. So we take a quick look at Asia, and then I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up because you guys can go through and take a look at this on your own. All right, there was Cambodia. They got one that does Cambodia and Vietnam. You can spend about 21 days. Everything's cheap, and how they built this stuff. Let's take a look at this one. Nah, that doesn't look too good. This is the big one right here. Bangkok. This takes you all the way around. You're probably going to be in Laos. You start in Thailand, Chiang Mai, so you're going to cover Thailand. You're gonna go to Hanoi. Halong Bay. That's the bays. Have you ever watched the James Bond movies with the man with the golden gun, where they're flying through and they got all those little limestone humps? That's where they filmed some of this stuff. Halong Bay, Hue, Hoi An. You go to Hoi An, you want to get your suits. They get tailor-made suits there. That's what they do there, textile. And then it takes you to Ho Chi Minh City. Now here you're headed up to Phnom Penh, this Siem Reap, and see how close it is, Angkor Wat. Okay. So I just wanted to introduce you guys to this and see how I take my vacations. I got one booked up, and I think I will talk about that on another one within a week or so and show you the other one. But I wanted to go ahead and promote G Adventures because they are a advertiser on YouTube. So my name is John, and this is Elton's Retirement and Journey and Travel. And if you got any questions, just hit me up, leave some comments because I have links and spreadsheets on all of these trips that I've taken. And if you say, hey, have you been here? Who'd you go with? You got any pictures? They're all on OneDrive. They're safe to pull up. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this little presentation and I'll catch you guys and check me out at the Retiring Club. We have another meeting just last night and that has been posted. Talk to you later. Thanks.